Hey, it's me. Hey, it's Mila. Welcome back to my channel.
I go around, I go around, I go around and I go around and I go around.
Okay, first sit down video in like a hot minute. This feels weird. Like, it feels good, but it feels weird at the same time. So, as I mentioned in like the previous video that I posted, just like if that was in your vibe and like you come more from like my bookish content, just to like talk to you a little bit. This semester was like really rough, like really rough. I was taking 6 classes. I don't know what went through my mind that I was like, I can do 6 classes, because one of the classes, it was only 1 credit, but the amount of effort I put into those labs, because it was like a lab class. I don't pull all-nighters because of school, right? I pulled 2 all-nighters. I don't want to get too much into it, but so I was missing a lab and I need this for my mini final project that I need for my final project. I don't want to get too much into it, but if I had failed this lab section, then I couldn't graduate on time. So I told the lab guy, I was like, hey, this is my situation. Like, if I don't do this lab, I'm automatically losing like 30%. So I want to make sure that I'm going to pass this like with flying colors. And he's like, I'll try to figure something out. That week, I had two labs for this class on Monday. I had a midterm that was supposed to be on the 14th of November. My prof moved it to the 7th of November, give us a 4-day heads up. So I had that Tuesday. I had another midterm Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, I'm exhausted. I'm so dead. And I'm like, finally, I can sleep. I can relax. I go to bed. I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, let's check my emails. I don't know why. I never check my emails at night. I'm like, let's check my emails. I see an email from this lab tech at like 11:55. He's like, hey, I know it's very last minute, but someone just canceled for the lab, so I have an opening. Can you be here at like 8 a.m. tomorrow morning? I'm like, Michelle, but I did it. I did it. But yeah, it's just been a very like tough semester. But we're back. We're doing my little bookish content today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was Destiny who created this end of your book tag. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a little end of your book tag to kind of like get back into the like bookish type content. I did post a little more like vlog type thing, like resets, whatever, but I really wanted to, you know, like kind of like segue into the bookish type content in like a more talkative way. So that's what we're doing today. We're at the questions. Did try to get different books for like every single thing. There was this one category where it's not the book, but it's the author. Like, I talk about the book, but it's also like this author just did something this year. So that was kind of repeated, but that's all. Everything is like everything's just like different. Is there anything else I need to say in my intro? I feel like this wasn't a typical intro because I'm just like talking, like catching you guys up on my life. But I think that's it. So let's delve right into it. So question number 1, the most disappointing read of the year. Everyone loved this book. Everyone loved this book. And the cover is gorgeous. I read this. It was one of the first books I read this year. I hated it. I don't know what it was. Darling Venom. I don't know what it was about it. I feel like I had such high expectations, but it's just, I don't know. It was not it. Like, I was very disappointed. Like, it's not even that I was like, okay, I can see why people enjoy this. I genuinely could not see why people enjoyed this. Yeah, no, this was not it. I rated it, I think, 2 stars, and that was like being generous because I did like the beginning, but then it was just, no. No. Question number 2, underdog book of the year. This book, I think I heard one person talk about it once in like a book haul, but they never talked about it again. And I was like, I love the concept because this book was described as Pretty Little Liars. But when after I read it, I was like, it's more like Gossip Girl meets Pretty Little Liars. And this book is Ivy by Will and Ash. This book took me by surprise. I was not expecting much. Like, the premise was like, it's so good, but I was not expecting that much. And like, she's chunky, and also like the writing is like pretty small. I flew through this book, absolutely flew through this. I loved everyone in this book. It was just like full of like secrets and like rich people drama, and you were kind of like following 3 different plot lines for 3 different girls. There wasn't a huge thing of romance, but it was just so good. Like, this took me completely by surprise, and I want everyone to read it, but I know that it's like very slow, so if you're not invested in these characters, it's gonna feel very like, it's like not gonna be a fun vibe. But I just got sucked in, and underdog of the year, this was so good. Question number 3, a book that was overhyped. I watched Larry Reed's version of this video, and she did have the same book as me. Like, I really wanted to change books, but I was like, this one fitted best. It was like, I could do Mimi at the Lake. In the description of the book, you could kind of like get to the idea that it was gonna be kind of a letdown. This one, everyone loved it. Everyone in my personal life and like that I saw online loved it. Happy Place by Emily Henry. It's not that it was bad. Like, it was a good book, but I don't know, so many people rated it 5 stars. They're like, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. It's not bad, but it's not like 5 stars. I think I rated it like 4 stars. Again, not a bad book. Like, I generally enjoyed it, but when I was reading it, I was like always thinking in my head, I don't understand why people love it so much. Like, again, not a bad story. It's really pretty, but I don't think it deserved all the hype that I got. Like, Emily Henry, an amazing author. I don't see it, honestly. I don't see it. I'll still be buying her books. I just know now not to expect like, oh my god, this is like absolutely mind-blowing and amazing. Just like, no, like, she's a good author, just very overhyped. Question number 4, your favorite book couple. Who else besides Bridget and Reese Rice, I don't know how you pronounce his name. The chokehold these characters have on me. Like, I could have used this book for so many other like questions, but I was like, no, just use it for one. Favorite couple, Bridget and Reese. Oh my god, if you have not read the Twisted series, please go read it. Like, Twisted Love, it's good. It kind of like took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting that type of plot line, but it was good. Not as good as this though. Like, this, oh my god. Like, this book, it's like one of those books that you're like, I know this is gonna be a 5-star read, or I know at least like 4.25, 4.5. I ate this up so good. But yeah, Bridget and Reese, it's like I feel like the best thing is that kind of like spans over a while, so you see the build up and they cannot be together, but then like, oh, it's just so, I love them. I love them with my whole entire being. Question number 5, favorite main characters of the year. This, okay, I technically read it in 2022, but I finished it in 2023. Icebreaker. The characters in this book, I love the main characters, I love the side characters, I love everyone in this book. I haven't read Wildfire yet, but the characters in this book, Nate, Stassi, I forget their names, but Nate's friends, like, I love everyone besides Aaron, basically. Oh my god, just this, like, ugh. I could have also used this for like favorite couple, but between Nate and Stassi and Bridget and Reese are superior for the couple. They're superior for like main characters, but just love every character in this book. Question number 6, a book that surprised you. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I was on Book Outlets and I was like, oh, this looks like cool. Like, the premise didn't really give me much, but I was like, I feel like this book has potential. I fell in love. It's so good. Where Dreams Ascend. It's like the summary thing does not do it justice. This has like magical little like, not enemies to lovers, but it's like, I'm not a huge fan of you, but then you can tell that there's like something between them, and there's not really a romance as like a plot. It's more of a subplot, but it's done so well, and it's just, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Again, I don't know how book 2 is because this is a duology, but book 1, please go pick it up. No one talks about it, and it definitely deserves so much hype. Question number 7. Fave new author that you discovered this year. Anna Huang. Like, obviously I knew about her. I knew that people loved her, but I didn't understand the depth of this love till I started reading the Twisted series. Like, I have not finished it. I probably not gonna finish it before the end of the year because I do wanna finish, like, there's this one book that I have here for the longest book of the year. I'm still not finished it. I started it in October, but life just got too busy, and I'm kind of like reading that while reading Christmas reads. But I don't think I'm gonna finish the Twisted series because I do really want to read Fourth Wing before the year ends. But my plan is to finish it in January so I can jump to her other series, because I will honestly read her shopping list. Like, anything that she writes, I will gobble that shit up. Question number 8. Happiest read of the year. I read this for a reading vlog. I forget which one, and no one talks about it. I remember I went to the bookstore and I was like, oh, this cover looks super cute. I read the back and I'm like, this is cute, this has potential. I Hate You More by Lucy Gilmore. It's so good. Like, it's just so cute and fluffy and adorable, and you're just smiling the entire time. It makes you so happy, and it's like, it also has dogs in it. Oh, it's just like an overall like super cute read. I was smiling so much, and it's just good vibes. It's just really good vibes. Now, question number 9, the most frustrating book of the year. So I hate when in books there's a surprise pregnancy trope. I absolutely despise that. And it's like, in some cases, like when I read, what's it called? Long Shot. In Long Shot, it made sense. Even though I did not like it at first, it made sense, and I feel like it really added to the story. This book is just, sometimes it's so unnecessary, and it makes me so, like, mad. So mad. And also frustrating because I had such high hopes for this because everyone loves this book. I remember I saw it on Amazon before it got its hype, and I was like, I'm gonna love this. And then I was so mad. I mean, I rated it like 3 stars, I think. Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I had such high hopes. I thought I would love this. It's just, I think I kind of spoiled it for you, so I'm so sorry. It was so frustrating. Like, I had to force myself to finish this because, like, I didn't want to DNF it because I was so excited to read this. But I was like this close to DNFing because I was like so mad. It's like, it started off so well, but like, why did you have to go do that? But yeah, most frustrating book that I read this year. I'm flipping the page. Okay, question number 10, best adaptation. I haven't finished watching the entire adaptation, but Daisy Jones and the Six. It has Sam Claflin in it, and we love him. We absolutely love him. I think I watched like 2 episodes, and it's really good. I feel like the casting was also like, it's not like kind of how I visioned it, but it made sense, you know, because some castings, it's like, you don't see this casting, you saw it and it made sense. And now that I actually have time during winter break, I definitely want to go finish the series. Question number 11, the longest book you read this year. I'm currently finishing reading it, The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I am a little over halfway through. This book, it's so good. But it takes so long to read because it's like, it's not just a light read. It's like, I actually like thinking of it, and there are some points where you can tell that it's like a reference to something else, and I like to kind of like research a bit on the reference and stuff like that and be like, oh, okay, like, why does she pick this instead of something else? And it makes sense if you get the reference. Like when they talked about like Dante's Purgatorio, it made sense when you like kind of like look into it. But it's like, it's such a dense read. It's so good. I feel so like, I don't know, sophisticated reading this. But longest book of the year, because it's not like, okay, in terms of pages, it's like 5 something, but the text, it's so incredibly tiny. So I technically I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna put this on the list even though I didn't finish reading it, because I am gonna finish reading it before the year ends. But oh my god, it's so long, but it's just, you get sucked in and it's so good. Like, I'm definitely getting 5-star energy from this book. Number 12, now the shortest book that you read this year. And that's Rush by Candy Steiner. Like, it doesn't seem like chunky, but it seems like it's like pretty, like there's like a story, but the writing is also so big. Like, I've never finished a book in like basically one sitting. This one I did. It's just, and it's so, like, it reads so fast because it's actually like if you're watching a TV show, you know, like if you watch Greek or like Scream Queens, like Scream Queens not in the sense of like the horror, but in the sense of like the fast-pacedness, that's this. Question number 13, your favorite book cover of the year. I feel like I'm always slouching in these videos because I don't know, it's like, I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm slouching. I feel like I always edit and I'm like, I'm slouching. I really try not to. It's just like, okay, when I study, you're so like right? I don't know, I really need to like work on my posture. But my favorite cover of the year, Throttled by Lauren Asher. It's so simple, yet so gorgeous at the same time, with like the camera, the pictures. It's so aesthetic. Like chef's kiss cover. Question number 14, a book you haven't stopped thinking about. I could have put so many things on this list, but I was like, do something completely different from everything else. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It was just so, like, every time you went back and forth from like the past to the present, it was such a mindfuck. It was something that I completely did not expect, but how he wrote it, it was so good. Like, I catch myself thinking about this from time to time, especially when I go up north to a like chalet. I think about this book and I'm like, it's one of those things that are going to be engraved in my head for like forever. It just like hit a spot in my head. I haven't read so much like Riley Sager. I think I discovered him, I discovered him this year. I read 2 books from him. I definitely want to read more because one of his other books is actually like in this video. But yeah, The House Across the Lake, it was just wow. Just wow. Question number 15, the cringiest book you read this year. And this one was cringy in a good way. Like, it started off and I was like, this is so cringy, I'm gonna hate it. I didn't love it, but it was like a very like guilty pleasure read. Summertime by Willow Aster. It was like, I remember the first 3 chapters, I was like, this is so cringy. Like, I should just stop now. But I fell in love with the cringe. You know, this was like a good cringe. I don't remember that much of it because I read it like super fast over the summer. But go in expecting cringe and you're gonna love it. You're like definitely a guilty pleasure read. Like, you're gonna like lose brain cells reading it, but like good cringe. Okay, we have 2 more questions left. So question number 16. So, unpopular book that you loved. This is the second Riley Sager book that I'm going to be talking about. Survive the Night. I don't understand why people hate this book so much. I really liked it. Like, it's not a 5-star read, but I rated it like 3.75. Like, I don't know why people hate it. Like, yeah, sure, the setting kind of like doesn't give him much to work with, but given the setting, I think he did it amazingly. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know, it's like, I don't want to talk too much about it, but this really exceeded my expectations, and I think that I don't know why people do not like it, but I feel like it was really good. I don't know. I recommend it. So, like, go read it so you can see why people don't like it. But I'm like, yes, is the main character an absolute idiot? Yes. But it was still written well. And she was an idiot, but she was like conscious of what she was doing. So I was like, it's not that bad. Like, personally, I wouldn't have done that, but at least she was like somewhat self-aware. And finally, your favorite quote of the year. I was like, okay, let's go find like the cutest romance quote ever. But when I was like thinking what book probably has that, I just couldn't stop thinking about this book. This was one of the first books I read back in January, and from time to time I think of this quote, and I think it like didn't help that I saw it online a couple of days ago, and someone like posted this, and I was like, I know exactly what book you're talking about. And so this quote comes from the Red Queen series. I feel like saying that everyone who read the Red Queen series knows what quote I'm talking about, because this comes up in like a couple of books. Anyone can betray you. And this quote, the chokehold it has on me, like, I saw it, I think, who was it? I think it was Maven who said it to her the first time, and just the way that it came back in like the next 3 books, so good. Like, the thought that Victoria Aveyard put into this, mind-blowing. So yeah, I was like, I could find like a cute little, oh my god, my heart is like melting quote, but I was like, this, the bone-chillingness of anyone can betray you, I was like, a favorite quote of the year. So that's the end of today's video. As I said in the beginning, I feel like this was like the perfect video to kind of get back into the bookish type content, because I feel like we kind of got to have like a little, okay, like, let's like look back in the year. I am gonna be posting all the books that I read this year, probably 30th, 31st. I did not read as much as I expected because I just got so busy over the fall, and like I was doing so well. Like I went into August having read like 50 books, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna hit 100, but I'm definitely gonna be close. And then just nothing, because life got so insane. And I know that next year I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read as much, so I do want to be more realistic with my goals. But also I'm like, if it becomes like a habit, I'm definitely gonna like make time for it, because yes, I'm not taking as many classes as this semester, but then my workload outside of class is like more, but then I'm also not doing as much as I'm doing this as I was doing this semester. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. I'm probably gonna talk about it more when I have more of like a plan, when I film that video next week. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely back and here to stay. I am like trying to pre-film as much as I can for the new year, and as I mentioned in my resets video, I'm gonna be like focusing more on pre-filming for January and February, and not like just filming 10 videos and posting that during my winter break, you know, because I was like, yeah, sure, I can like dump so much content out these next 3 weeks, or I can like take them out more periodically, I think that's the word, but just like more spaced out and make it like last longer than just like 2-3 weeks. So definitely hit the subscribe hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you're excited for me to make my comeback. Go follow my socials. My Instagram, TikTok, and Goodreads are all linked down below. I feel like I'm definitely gonna get into posting on Instagram more, because I like giving more updates about my life, and I know that people enjoy that, because people like always comment on my stories and it starts conversations, and I'm like, I don't know why I stopped doing it, but I definitely want to like be more active on my Instagram. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be posting this video. I think I'm gonna be posting it around Christmas, so if I do, Merry Christmas. I hope everyone, you know, has fun with their families, has fun with their friends and everything. And yeah, so how do I do my outros? Oh my god, how do I do my outros? Oh yeah, stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.